It is currently 4:07 a.m. I work in 4 hours. Sorry. So this little vlog thing, or whatever the hell that I just so happen to be recording right now, is late night, early morning. I don't know if you would call this sleep deprived or not. Thoughts. I slept for an hour and I woke up. Excuse me. I couldn't fall back to sleep. And now we're here. So yeah, these are basically gonna be my thoughts. I wanted to. God damn it. I was laying there in bed. And I'm trying to get to sleep and everything. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, if I can't get to bed, and it was like pissing me off that I couldn't get to bed. And I'm like, I can't fall asleep. I have to do something, because I'm not just gonna lay here the whole time, because I was going stir crazy, and I was like, I gotta do something. So I decided to head down here. I finished editing what I could edit in the new Twitch intro that I'm doing. You will not get a teaser of that, because you'll see it whenever it's ready, and I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I had an idea for it, and I really like the idea that I have for it. It's just the problem is that I used what I have, and I don't have the best equipment. I don't have like a lot. Like the best camera that I have is like this webcam. And yeah, I mean I can use it on my phone too, but like for some god awful reason, like my phone, I can't adjust like the saturation and everything. Like I can't get it good enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. So you guys are gonna have to suffer with the quality that you're seeing now. So there's that. I finished up the part that I could finish up, and now I'm just waiting all I have to do is record 2 more scenes, and it should be good to go. I do believe all of the labels and all of the graphics and everything that I need, even though the graphics are shitty. But it's like what I can do right now. I've been doing a lot of, and I don't even know how long this is gonna last. The video, I mean. I've been doing a lot of God, every single problem is happening to me right now. A lot of thinking and stuff, and the other day is like 2 days back to back that I felt like really super shitty. The first day was more of the thing that every single content creator does, and it's like you compare yourself to other people, and like it's all a value of your self-worth and everything, and it sucks. Like if you're a content creator and you focus too much on that stuff, it sucks, because it eats at you, and it is not a great feeling. And I now realize that my stutter comes out at very early times in the morning, so we'll see if I'm ever awake at this time, if I'm ever going to record anything again. But basically it's just it was just me getting on myself about things of like, man, like I'm not good, I suck, and everything like that. That was the first day. The second day was a hardcore like revitalization of the thought of I need to get out of here. Like I need to get out of this area. I need to get out of here in general. So that was that, and I was feeling super shitty. And I gotta hand it to her, because I need to. Here's the shitty thing. Like I need to start listening more often. As many of you may know, Kara, my girlfriend, she's actually been really helpful with driving me to do things. There's been multiple times, multiple nights. Like if I ever stream at a super late time, it's probably because she's like, "Hey, you stream yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm not really feeling it." She's like, "Stream." So like she pushes me to do that, and like the days I was feeling super shitty, she's trying to help me get out of it and everything. And it got to the point to where at first I was like, I don't want help. Like I guess subconsciously I didn't want out of what I was in, and I hate that. Once I realized that like I'm in that mood of like I don't want out of this bad mood that I'm in, I hate it. It's terrible. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to understand and realize, but there comes times to where I'm sure everybody has these, where either you beat up on yourself or something like that, or you're in this bad mood and you want to stay in the bad mood, but you don't realize it until maybe after the fact. But she sat there and she talked to me. She's like, "Hey, listen, you're fine," and everything like that. It sucks for now, but like once this is all over, like we'll be in Texas and everything. And I'm like, yeah, it's a good point. And whenever I hit that point of like realizing like, yeah, I need to get out of this, I turned to one of my most inspirational videos I've ever seen. And I think I've talked about it a lot before, and I probably will in the future, but it's a Markiplier video. It's a Markiplier vlog called I Was Lost. And it's not depressing, it's not sad, it doesn't have like dark tones or anything like that. It's just him explaining how the spark that he had whenever he first started his channel, he found again around the time that video was recorded. And he just goes on about like how he found his spark again, and he did a whole bunch of things with fans out in like local places, like at public places, filmed videos with fans and everything. And like anybody who knows me, like Markiplier is a huge inspiration of what I do. Like if there's ever two celebrities that I ever want to meet in my life, it's Logic and Markiplier. And there's scenes in that video that he shows of him meeting fans that come to be in the video or come to see him or talk to him or whatever. And like it's the same stuff that drives me before, like just the whole being able to cause that sheer amount of joy to somebody is just awesome. And it's something that always gets me. Like the thing is, I tear up every single time I watch that video, because that video is where I want to be. And there's multiple times to where I sit there and I think about like once I reach that point, once I reach my goal, once I get to my end game of I'm at the point to where I am creating content, or maybe if it's not even creating content, like I'm like I want to create content though. Like I'm creating content, I'm involved in content to where I could bring joy and happiness to people like that, and a few other things too. And like I have moments in my head of like, I mean, I'm gonna get really specific here, but like I have moments in my head to where it's like a daydream, to where I have a daydream that I like. It's so stupid. But where like I walk into the Achievement Hunter office, and like the whole AH crew's there, like and they're filming something, and I walk in and like I start participating in whatever they're filming, and then like eventually I stand off to the side because you can only have so many people doing something, and like I said, it's a daydream and it's stupid, but there's a moment to where I stand back and I look at everything that's going on in the room, and it's one of those things to where like I am so happy for this daydream version of myself, or for what I hope to be the future version of myself, and where they are and what they're involved with, that it brings me to tears. I'm actually tearing up right now thinking about it. And it's like I don't like, I'm usually good with picking apart things of like what made people tick and why people act this way. Even myself, I'm pretty good on either after the fact or during something of like, okay, calm down. Why this? Why that? Why? Like, it's kind of picking apart. I call it taking a step out of my own mind, like separating my mind from my personality and examining everything, which apparently not a lot of people can do, to where you like self-evaluate yourself on the fly. And I don't understand, like whenever I do it, I don't understand, because it's not like it's happening to me right now. I don't know if it'll happen to me in the future. I hope to God it happens to me in the future. But it's like, it's that moment of I sit there and I look and I'm like, I'm just so happy for this version of me that is in this situation or scenario. And it's like, situation's a bad word, but like in this position, and what they're involved with, what they have accomplished, what they're accomplishing, like what's going on. Like, I'm so happy for that version of myself that I tear up because of it. And I'm a very emotional person. Anybody who knows me, like, I cried for a good bit for Kingdom Hearts 3 and everything. Like, I'm a very emotional person whenever it comes to things that like actually really hit me. But I don't, every single time I try and like pick it apart in my brain of like, why am I so emotional about this if it's not real, if it's not tangible yet? And the only thing that I could ever come up with is like, because that's where I want to be with like everything that I am. And it's just, man, it's just one of those things to where every single time I think about it, and it's probably like at least once a week that I think about it, like every single time I think about it, I smile and I'm like, oh man, that's fucking, there I am, like that's so fucking cool. And I'm working there and I'm getting there, and what this all goes back into is like, The hardest part for me, working on my videos and stuff, working on anything, is doing it. Like getting myself to start doing it. Whether it's graphics, whether it's video editing, or whatever it is, getting myself to do it for myself is the hardest thing. But like afterwards, I feel great about it. Like I said, I have that everything that I can edited for the new Twitch intro. I feel really good about it. I need to film 2 more things and edit that stuff, and then that's it. It's basically done. And like I'm sitting here and granted I could record it right now, but I have to do something first. But it's just afterwards, after I do it, after I get myself to do it, and after I do it, I feel great about it. But it's just that initial thing of getting myself to do it, which is like why, and I brought Kara up earlier, which is why I'm so thankful to have Kara around and have her push me. It's because she'll be like, hey, don't you have something, like, don't you have some editing to do or whatever? Don't you have like this or that? And like it's super nice because it is a reminder. And I've been doing this for so long by myself and have forced myself to do it by myself. I don't know and didn't know what it was like to have somebody there pushing you for it. And I know probably if we lived a lot closer and if we hung out a lot more, Kara would probably push me even more and be like, hey, listen, motherfucker, you need to, like, we could definitely hang out, but you're also definitely editing this video and making this video today, or like streaming today. And that's like, that's super nice. And I'll be honest, I didn't realize that until, I'm going to bring up Markiplier again, because this is all just I've been on a Markiplier kick for the past 2 days. Because I didn't realize the kind of help, the kind of support that you could really get from somebody, until I watched a heist with Markiplier behind the scenes, to where, yeah, sure, Mark's doing the vast majority of this stuff, and he's like, he said he has final say, but he has his girlfriend there, Amy, who's basically right there along with him, like coordinating things and everything. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, that's fucking support. And that looks really nice to have, and like have somebody have your back like that. Oh shit, that's awesome. And like I said, at that point I was like, oh, okay, start listening to Kara more. So I mean, I'm gonna try to, whenever she tells me to do something, or whenever she tells me to get out of a funk, I will try to. But it also goes the same way. Like, she gets in these funks too, and I try and get her out of it. And for me, because I can self-evaluate myself on the fly, or at least for the most part on the fly, it's easier for me to get myself out of my funks. For her, not so much. For her, I gotta kind of work at her a little bit and be like, listen here, you had this one thing set in your mind that you kept on beating yourself up about, but you did it anyway. you got this other thing that you keep on beating yourself up about. You're gonna get it done. But yeah, it's just like recently I got like a revitalization of something to where and this is where I've kind of been, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but throughout this whole entire video I've tried to use my voice a bit more. My good voice, not this voice. This voice is my normal, not caring bullshit voice. This voice is the more deeper, the silky voice that apparently a lot of people like, which I got told very early this morning, that my voice is very, very nice apparently. I was watching another, bringing it up again. I was watching another Markiplier video, and he was talking about it, like it's a video titled "Pain," and he talks about just like the worst pain that he's been in his life. You don't get what he's talking about until like the last 5 minutes of the video, because he describes all these situations of which he was in like ridiculous amounts of pain. But at the end of the video, he basically explains of like the times where he's faced like the reality of like we're all gonna die soon and we're not here for very long and all that stuff. And the one thing that he said kind of resonated with me, like, you know, the most of the shit he says with me, but he said something to the extent of like, I related because of the voice thing. He said that people have told him before that he has a good voice, and he said instead of having wasted potential in this voice or whatever talent that he has, instead of it being wasted talent throughout his life, he decided to do something with it. And I've talked about this before. I could be doing a whole lot more. Honestly, I could. There's a certain line that I don't want to cross, and I could be working every day, all day, 24/7, that whenever I'm not at my day job, I'm here and I'm either making videos or streaming or something like that. But as far as streaming content goes, for the most part, if you're not in the mood for it, if you're not in the mindset to do it, usually a stream comes out pretty bad, to where like it's quite obvious you're not in the mood. Or if your mood gets like stricken really fast and you can't recover from it, it's very obvious, and it resonates throughout your content. But the certain line that I don't want to cross is working 24/7. I have never wanted to do that. And the only reason why I say that is because you guys know me. I'm a big fan of Rooster Teeth content. It's where I want to work, all that stuff. And if I work 24/7, the amount of content that the amount of things that I could do in my free time, I wouldn't have any free time. So I would have to watch content, watch anime, watch movies and stuff while I'm working, which sucks because whenever you're editing a video and anything that has to do with sound, gotta pause one thing and then go and edit whatever you need to edit as far as sound goes, and then play back whatever you're doing, and you don't end up getting through a lot. The other thing is, believe me, I know that binge watching series can take up a lot of time. But it's just, I'm gonna be doing a lot more. There's been multiple times to where My friend Isacle, she will tag me in. She's gonna get on my case if she ever watches this. I doubt she'll ever watch this, but she tags me in these things for shoutcasting positions. People need shoutcasters, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically commentators for esports. And she tags me in this, and she's like, "Hey, listen, you should do this." And ever since we met, she has been like, "You need to be a shoutcaster. You need to be somebody who, you need to be a commentator, you need to be a play-by-play guy, you need to be a shoutcaster." And every single time she tags me in something, I'm like, "Oh yeah, this would be cool." And then I don't follow through. Every single time. And like lately, I'm like, fuck it. Next thing she tags me in, fuck it, I'm going for it. I don't even care. I need to tell her that. I need to text her that, so just so she knows. As if she ever answers my goddamn text message, just because she's so fucking busy. But this whole entire video is basically a ramble at 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. I'm really trying to get on myself about doing stuff, about doing this, about doing certain things. I'm really trying to get on myself. I will say this though, as far as like for personal goals go, whenever I have this Twitch intro done, that's actually a pretty big thing for me, because it's been a while since I did a whole bunch of work, and even still, it's like I said, if I had more stuff, if I had more experience, I could make it look a whole lot better. But for what I can do, it'll be good. And then later, hopefully in the future, like I'm talking a year or two down the road, I can re-record everything and have a much, much better version of what this is. So yeah, it's just, oh man, I'm trying to get on myself more. And I know I've made videos about that, and it's just me realizing certain things, getting told certain things, and just like switches clicking in my brain. And it's like there's a row of switches, and very slowly they've all been getting flicked to where like, okay, yeah, I need to do this. Yeah, I need to do this. And the rate of which all the switches are being flicked of like, you need to do this, you need to get on this, has been increased exponentially recently within the past like 6 months. So eventually it's going to get to the point to where you guys don't have to hear about me getting on myself about things. So it's 4:30. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna see what I could do as far as hopefully simple voice coach things online. Nothing too big. Maybe some voice exercises or whatever to keep this, because apparently a lot of people like my voice, and I was reading passages from the Book of Sith earlier, and a lot of people seem to like it, and a lot of people seem to like my Russian accent. So I mean, if it works, it works. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update. I know last week I didn't really put out a video. Another thing I need to get on myself about. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a long one, but I'll catch you guys later. Remember, keep your heads up, be kind to each other, and for right now, in this day and age, when this video is made, wash your hands. Thanks guys. Bye now.